Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky made a sharp reproach to the West for failing to do enough to help Kyiv win. Calling for unrestricted assistance, particularly the supply of heavy weapons, Zelensky also criticized recent speculation that a peace treaty might include territorial concessions. According to Zelensky, the great geopoliticians do not want to see the millions of Ukrainians living in the territory they offer to trade for the illusion of peace behind such geopolitical speculation. We must always remember about people, and keep in mind that values are not just words, he stressed. Stating that the world was not ready for Ukrainian courage, Zelensky urged the international community to focus less on Russia's interests and more on Ukraine's interests. He aimed at the former U.S. Secretary of State in the New York Times directly for suggesting that territorial sacrifices might be necessary to end the conflict. The former Secretary of State, a 98-year-old champion of realpolitik, told participants at the World Economic Forum in Davos this week that a return to the status quo before the Russian invasion on February 24 would be ideal. It looks like 1938, not 2022, is on the former Secretary of State's calendar, Zelensky responded, comparing his proposal to the agreement that ceded part of Czechoslovakia to Nazi Germany more than 80 years ago. The New York Times editors also called hopes for the return of land seized before February unrealistic, saying that possible negotiations would confront the Ukrainian leadership with painful territorial decisions, which any compromise would require. Some Western media have also published symptomatic editorials suggesting that Ukraine should make so-called tough compromises by giving up territory in exchange for peace. The New York Times may have written something similar in 1938. But now, let me remind you, it is already 2022, said the head of state. Earlier, Foreign Minister of Ukraine Dmytro Kuleba told participants of the World Economic Forum in Davos that his country, badly, needs multiple rocket launchers to match Russia's firepower in the battle for Donbass. Zelensky repeated this call from Kyiv. We need help from our partners, first of all, weapons for Ukraine. Full help, no exceptions, no restrictions, enough to win, Zelensky said. By the way, the Kremlin head signed a decree simplifying the procedure for obtaining a Russian passport for residents of Kherson, which remains under the temporary control of Russian troops and partially occupied Zaporizhzhia. Kyiv called the plan a blatant violation of Ukraine's sovereignty.